Jeff wrote from 2 Hacks Garage. Well, it actually feels nice sitting in my dragster. Yeah, Project Jumping Jack Flash, our soon-to-be nostalgia front-engine dragster, still has a whole lot of work to go. But you know what, guys? We've been busting our butts on this, and we've gotten a lot done. Where are we at now? Well, if you saw in previous videos, the chassis that we cut off in front, we got that all rebuilt, tacked into place, and now we're starting to work towards the back of it. So in the last video, what you saw us do is I was sitting up in here, we're trying to find spots for brake pedal, gas pedal, and all that. Where am I going with that, guys? Well, just like with other previous videos, like my Thunderbird and other cars that we've had on this channel, all the small things really do take time. You think of all the big things like building an engine, transmission, getting that all in there, rear end, etc., etc., etc. But there's always those little things that take a lot of time. Well, that's where we're at on this dragster now. We still got to get 2 cross supports up in here, still got to build a motor plate. But in order to do that, in this last video, I had to figure out where I was going to sit and where those cross supports are going to be. Why that's important? Well, I got to have a gas pedal, I have to have a brake pedal. So what Jimmy and I are doing today is we're going to start working on a lot of those small things that take a lot of time. It's going to be tedious, it's going to be a lot of work, but you know what? It's got to be done. We want to get this chassis painted soon, but before we do that, we have to get everything welded into place. I've already ordered my Zeus fastener tabs. We got to get those in. I got to get my parachute ordered so I can get the mount on here and get that welded in. So yeah, guys, it's at the time with this chassis we're on the small things. I know I've repeated a lot, but those things really do hang you up and they do take a lot of time. It's tedious work, but you know what, guys? We're going to go ahead and get started. I'm rambling. Jimmy's ready to work, but let me show you what we got going on real quick. Be right back. All right, in the last video where I left off, Jimmy was actually making the cross supports that are going to go in to hold in that fire bottle, and he already got those welded in. Like I said, he made this that's actually got little solid metal tubes in there, so we can actually bolt that in place and it's solid. So while I was out, Jamie was working and he got that done. So when we move back here, what we got going on here is, well, a couple of things we got going on. We got stuff marked out in front here where the gas pedal or the brake pedal, sorry, is going to be. And we have yet to have a gas pedal, but we know where that mount's going to be. This big solid piece of aluminum, it's 1/4 inch. We're going to make our motor plate out of that and a rear pinion support. Speaking of that, well, there was a pinion support that was in here previously. Jimmy's cut that out and he's got the new one already tacked into place, so we can start working on that too.
It was in the wrong spot.
Yeah, it was in the wrong spot. So Jimmy,
cheesy.
Yeah, so Jimmy got it in the right spot, so we're good to go on that. But yeah, there's going to be a pinion support that comes off that, supports pinion, aka pinion support. So yeah, that's where we're at. We're working on a lot of the small things that take a lot of time, but you know what? It's got to be done. And as you can see, we've already got a whole lot done. With that, I'm rambling. It's time to get to work. All right, so what Jimmy was making there, we had some steel here. He's making tabs. This is obviously the brake pedal here, and we got to figure out how to get it mounted to the frame. So he just used some extra stock we had laying around, made these tabs, and it's going to sit up in here where we got it marked, right up in here like this. So yeah, that's going to be the brake pedal. Jimmy's working on getting that welded in place. Like I said, it's a lot of work on all these little things, but you got to do them. Yeah, they take a lot of time, but they're necessary, and we'll get it all done.
And you listen, people listen, telling me, get the hell out of my way so I can get it done.
Yeah, I'm in his way right now. But yeah, that's what we got going on, so we'll go from there. All right, so as you can see, I got the brake pedal in, and the master cylinder is actually going to bolt right up there, which I do have. Obviously, that'll be a little bit of ways. until we get that installed. But you know, it's kind of nice because the master cylinder is going to sit right here, and it's just got rear brakes, so it's not going to be a whole lot of brake work being done on this. But yeah, there we go. Nice brake pedal. See you in a few. All right, now that we got the brake pedal in, which is right here, when I sat in it, we did mark off where we're going to need the gas pedal. So what Jimmy's doing now is he's going to figure out the geometry behind where that gas pedal needs to be. We're actually going to make our own gas pedal. I'm not going to buy one. I'm going to try to save a little bit of money, and we're going to build our own. I know we're going to have to order a little bit of metal, but at least we can get measurements made and start on some of that.
You're going to have to get back in.
So I'm going to have to get back up in there, and I'll see you in a few. All right, so this is the piece here that's getting welded to the chassis, what is going to be an actual pivot point for the fuel pedal we're making. And what Jimmy was doing on the lathe is he was making that little plug in there. If you see there, that's actually threaded and it's at a certain depth. We drilled holes in this on each side and rosette welded it. This piece here, it's not finished, but basically what this is going to do once it's finished, it's going to slide in here, get cut at a certain point, and that's going to be a stop. As you can see, it's a different thickness right there. So we're going to weld this to the actual chassis, and we'll put a ring back here, which we made out of this same tubing size as the tube that's going to slide over here. Kind of doesn't make sense right now. Once we get it in there, I'll show you. But yeah, this is going to be the pivot point for the gas pedal. And we're going to go work on that now. Hopefully when we get it in place, I'll show you the kind of the finished product on that, and it'll probably make a whole lot more sense. All right, maybe this makes more sense now. Like I showed you in that one video, we have the plug that we rosette welded in there that's threaded. This pipe here was welded on. We made a little collar because this is going to be the pivoting gas pedal here. So obviously it'll come up with the pedal and it'll pivot like this on here. Then we made the end piece here that holds it all into place, and that slides in there and it bottoms out on that slug. And this bolt's just for mock-up purposes to hold it into place, because we're going to end up putting a countersink bolt in there. So that gets tightened into place like that. And what happens is this rotates like this. So you'll have a gas pedal that'll come up off here and it'll be able to turn. Obviously there'll be a throttle return spring and all that, but I think you guys get the gist of that. Pretty neat, pretty cool. Digging it. Trying to save some money, making all our own stuff. Like I said, doing this on the budget, documenting everything we can. So far, so good. Little things take time. You know what, guys? They need to be done. Tell you what, we're going to call this one a video, and I'll end up seeing you guys in the next one. Hope you enjoyed this. Later.